Hi guys, we're going to have a look at these cube numbers, and they're going to help us with finding missing numbers when we're looking at like a perfect cube shape. So cube numbers are a little bit like square numbers. So 1 cubed is 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. 2 cubes, 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. 3 cubes, 3 times 3 times 3, 27. It goes on with any number and gets bigger and bigger. And what we want to think about is, if we had this answer, how do we get back to this answer? So there is a special button. You don't have to learn them off by heart. That would be silly. There is a special button on your calculator, and it looks like, I'm going to write it and then show it in the calculator. It's like a square root button, but it has a 3 in front of it. And this is called cube root. Just like your square root for your square numbers. So on your calculator, you need a scientific calculator definitely. And if you don't have one, use your phone. And if you turn your phone sideways, it'll switch into like a scientific calculator. So on your calculator, you should see where your square root button is. And on the Casio, that's what it looks like there. Now just above that, I'm going to try and go in, it's going a bit blurry. Just above there is a square root sign, but it has a little 3 in front of it. And that is your cube root function. Now in order to use that function on your calculator, you have to press shift, this yellow shift at the corner here. Some calculators will say second function, but Casio says shift. And once you press that, I'm going to do that now, shift and press that button, you'll see on the screen, you'll see on the screen kind of that there's like a little 3 there in front of the square root function. And then we can put a number in, like if we put 64. Now we already know that 64 comes from 4 times 4 times 4. So the answer is going to be 4. Okay? But we can literally do that with any number we like. Say we wanted the cube root of 1728. Okay? So we press shift and that button, and then we press the number, oops, do it again, shift and the button, and you can see the symbol is up there. Press the number 1728 equals, and our answer is 12. The cube root of that number is 12. So the reason we do this is because if you had a perfect cube like this one, and you didn't know this was 10, but you knew the volume was 1,000, then you could find the cube root of 1,000. Cube root of 1,000, just going to show you it works in the calculator, I'm not making this up, is 10. The thing about a cube is all sides are the same length. So you have only got one answer for the lengths, and that answer is the cube root of the volume. And you find the cube root, the shortcut to find the cube root is to use your calculator. So if we had another cube, and they told you the volume was 2,744. Okay, well, say meters cubed. Keep it correct units. So you literally find what's called the cube root of 2744. So shift 2744. And you get the answer 14. So that means that each side of this cube is 14 meters. Try another one. So I have this cube here, and we know the volume is, let's see, 32, I'm going to use a decimal, 32.768 centimeters cubed. And you want to find each length. There's no way you could do that in your head. So you have to use your cube root button on your calculator. So cube root of 32.768, and you get the answer 3.2, which means that each side of the cube is 3.2 centimeters, 3.2 centimeters. So this is what you do for a perfect cube. If the diagram has no measurements whatsoever, it is a perfect cube because all the sides are the same length. If they tell you, they'll have to tell you the volume. So they tell you the volume is 421.875. You literally just cube root, shift, cube root, 421.875, and get 7.5. So this cube that I've just drawn, each side is 7.5, and it'll be meters or centimeters or millimeters, whatever the unit is. Okay, I hope that helps.